Where we at tonight, y'all? Y'all are now tuned in to the smooth stylings of the Shattered Illusionz Podcast.
Will I take him to the cranky?
For those of you who do not know, I'm your host, TK McKenna. I don't got my name right. TK McKenna. Before we start, guys, like the damn video. Helps us out tremendously in the algorithm. Helps us grow. All that stuff. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and Rumble. Without further ado, I'm going to get into this heat I'm about to drop on y'all tonight with my two co-hosts. So let me go ahead and check on them. CMarty Fit, how you feeling, bro?
Hey, listen, man, it's the same every episode. I woke up this morning, so I'm blessed. My back ain't big and I'm fit, so I'm blessed. I got nothing to complain about.
Oliver Fortune, the man, the myth, the legend. How you feeling, bro?
Hyped up as always, man. Ready to do God's work, man. Ready to serve the people and do what the hell we do. Whooping ASS with no big backs. CMarty would say.
Muffin Mix, how you feeling?
I'm good. How are you?
You're getting on my nerves, man, but it's cool.
Ditto.
All right, fellas. So we got some heat we got to drop on y'all tonight, man. I seen y'all liking our damn solo episodes a lot more. We be getting a lot more engagement, a lot more comments.
Because we be saying some real shit, we can finally finish conversations without just trying to come up and say, "Oh, that ain't true." Shut up, bitch.
Women can have opinions.
They can.
I think y'all just bitter.
Don't be. I think you're a misogynist, Oliver. I think you're a misogynist, and I think you hate your mom.
Maybe. You're right. You're right.
All right, look. So I purposely waited to do this show because we got CMarty here. So we're gonna be talking about what today, fellas? Dating in the workplace.
Woo! Oh, brother. Woo! Oh, God.
Yeah. So we're going to give you guys some actionable tips on how to do it, if you should do it, and some more. So before I start that, I got to ask, fellas, have you guys ever dated in the workplace? One of my co-hosts is currently doing it right now. I'm not going to say which one it is, but I want to ask you guys, ever dated in the workplace? Oliver, CMarty, anybody want to go?
Listen, man. I have before. I have.
And how'd that work out for you, bro?
And I mean, it don't turn into nothing serious.
Okay, we're gonna come back to you because
the goal is that the shit don't get fucked up. All right, you can meet beautiful women everywhere. Preferably, guys, let's set this off as the whole foundation. I don't recommend you talk to women in the workplace. That's just number one. If you are gonna do it, the thing is you gotta really know what you're doing because that shit can blow up in your face. You can't let shit fuck up your money, man. The money gotta come first.
And
First, ass last.
Oliver, I agree with you, and I'm gonna say it's just to preface everything. I honestly agree with that too, but we know y'all ain't gonna listen to us, so I ain't listening to me either. It's probably always better to not shit where you eat, so to speak. But if you want to do it, as a saint and sinner would say, I'm gonna give you the saintly way to do it and the sinner way to do it. So, Alex, you ever date anybody in your workplace? A typical girl, she going to go to her secrets to the grave. She ain't going to really say too much. I know the answer to that, though.
Answer.
Yeah, I know the answer.
We don't know the answer.
I have.
Thank you. It's simple. It's not that hard.
You're annoying.
Appreciate you.
So, let's go ahead and talk about this, guys. Why do you think that most people actually date in the workplace? If you had to give a brief summary of why that happens.
I'll start it off. You got to see why. Go ahead.
If you want to go first, bro. I was going to say proximity.
Dang. Okay. Damn.
Work, and then the work-life balance now with the capitalism society we live in. You know, a lot of people, a lot of times when they offer work, like weekends, they don't feel like doing, you know, going out to mingle, going out to the bar. A lot of times people just want to chill and have some free time. They might just go to the gym. A lot of people don't feel like going to the gym, but they'll do what they need to do for their personal health or whatever, and then they just want to chill. So a lot of times your female or male exposure is at work more than anywhere else in your personal life. Just from me talking to people, and that's what I think.
What you got, Oliver?
Yeah, so pretty much everything CMarty said, and I'm gonna just add on to it. Pretty much, I don't repeat the same points, but yes, those are accurate. And then also add on to it, a lot of times when you're in the workplace, you're usually around people. Paralegals are usually around paralegals. Nurses are around nurses. Everything, you're usually around the same league. So you're usually around the same intelligence level. And studies have shown that the people that are most likely to get married are people that are around the same intelligence. So if you both are teachers, or if you both are, like I said, nurses, or you both are principals, you guys understand the perspective of each other. So there's a lot of relatability. You're going to feel like you have a connection with this person. So that's why I feel like a lot of people date in the workplace, along with what he said, proximity as well, because most people are just too lazy, bro. Nowadays with social media, people don't want to get up out their house and actually get up, look good, go out, talk to somebody, face rejection, which was the number one fear in 2023, by the way, for most men. So, hey, you could just do it where you eat at, but I disagree 100%.
I'm going to go back and kind of give a little bit more of an in-depth answer, guys. The reason that most people date at work is a couple of things. One, like CMarty said, it's the proximity of it. One of the biggest things you can have when you attract women, guys, is proximity. If a girl works with you 8 hours out of the day, those 8 hours are a big part of her awake hours, so to speak. She spends more time with you more likely than her boyfriend, her mom, or sister, whatever the case is. And even the ugliest of ugliest, or niggas that have no game, they can get a girl to sleep with them because of the quality time. Remember, most girls' love language is normally a term of quality time or physical touch or acts of service. And you have the ability to do all three of those in the workplace a lot of the time. And Oliver, you and I talked about this the other day. Most people are not in the self-improvement world whatsoever. No. They're not going out to talk to people, trying to get numbers, things like that. So it's always the easiest option to do that as well. And most people are not going to like really go out of their comfort zone and actually talk to girls. So where are they going to do it? At work. So a lot of the time it's scared of being rejected. It's the proximity, and it's also the ease of access. That's why most people date in the workplace. Alex, you dated in the workplace. From a female perspective, what made you comfortable enough to date a guy that you worked with?
I was going to just say time. As you stated, you're with that person all the time. You don't have to actually step out of your comfort zone and go somewhere else. Like that's what you're used to, and they happen to be there. And then also, just as previously stated before, you guys pretty much have a lot in common, and you can understand what you go through during the day because you guys do the same job, right, or you're in that same area and you know what's going on. So instead of having to like explain it to somebody else, they already know what you're going through, what you're feeling, what's happening, and you don't have to give that extra explanation. So I mean, it's easier to say the least.
And not to put nobody on Front Street, but CMarty, we know some freaking losers that work the front desk at the gym, and they be getting hoes. And not because they got game or anything like that, just because they around the hoes all the time. And anybody that got halfway decent game gonna get laid at that point. I wasn't trying to call no names, but
listen, if it's if it's a joint I want to talk to, and I find out a ninja at the front desk hit, I don't want to talk to her anymore.
Bro, I completely agree with you 110%. It's about to get off the subject, but that's real. If I know that the bagger at Safeway smashed your ass, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Wow.
But most girls don't have any kind of standards though. Anyway, most of the dudes they mess with is losers in the first place. So I mean, why does it surprise you?
It doesn't surprise me, but I just ain't fucking with you.
And honestly, see, Marty,
go to Papa John's and you'll lose your hoe off of some garlic sauce. No cap.
I was going to say,
hold up, man. My man at Papa John's and Safeway can't get no cheeks, bro.
They just can't get the same cheeks I'm getting. How about that?
Hold on, you was a young ninja before. You wasn't always where you at now.
No, but
you had to get some cheeks back then.
Absolutely, but it's not even about that though. But I'm saying, but as you increase your standards as a man,
the
right. quality of women that you get should also increase as well.
No, you're right. I'm just fucking with you, bro.
No, but I wanted to explain that for the audience. I know you know.
But you know what, Oliver? We kind of talked about this on the phone earlier too. Sometimes girls don't know what they don't know, so they might be smashing the guys making pizza at Papa John's or the grocery store bagger because they ain't met somebody like you yet. Sure. And of course, what's the old saying? When you're used to filet mignon, it's hard to go back to hamburger helper sometimes.
For sure. But then once they get a dose of something, or if they dealt with dudes before that have a higher class, they usually can't go back.
That's true. That's very true.
That's a bar.
I agree with that. So,
but a lot of times they think they have filet mignon, and that wasn't filet mignon.
Nigga, what?
That was a ribeye from Outback.
Nah, nigga, that was a McDonald's hamburger, bro.
There you go.
That's exactly what that was. Because most of these niggas is losers, bro. Whole different conversation. So I want to say, here we go. Here are professions that I think is more appropriate, or times I think that is more appropriate to date women in the workplace. I'm gonna preface it again, guys. Probably shouldn't do it, but if you're going to do it, here's the times to do this.
Fuck up your money.
The first time it's okay to date a woman at work is like Oliver kind of just hinted at, and CMarty. When you're a younger guy.
Yeah.
Guys, if you're just starting your career, grocery store, summer camp, amusement park, event center, Papa John's, something like that.
Front desk at the gym.
Hey, you about to have niggas watching this podcast and we'll allow be on our ass in a minute, bro. You know it's about to happen. Right?
Listen, I don't care. It's welcome to my life.
And this is not diminishment on people with jobs, y'all. We're just saying.
Yeah.
I was a front desk boy before.
Mm-hmm.
And you was getting hoes too.
Keep going.
He was getting hoes.
That's right.
Which brings me to my point, guys. We talked about this before too, but guys, when you have these newer jobs, take advantage of the amount and the volume of women that you're going to be around. Because as a younger guy, especially, you take for granted high school and college. Realize, guys, outside of those two experiences and your younger jobs, you're not going to have that many attractive young hot women around you in that close proximity ever again. So when you're working at these Pizza Huts, Papa John's, things like that, it's okay to kind of mix and mingle with your coworkers. And Oliver told me this. It's like when you're at work, be a politician. Talk to everybody. The old lady at the front desk, the janitor, people you're working with. You got to be known as that social guy. And as you talk more to other people, they'll start inviting you out places because of the energy that you bring. So what you got now, Oliver?
Yeah, man. Even if it's Clarence, you know what I'm saying? Clarence that worked the closet store.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, like for real. Because at the end of the day, people are people. You get what I'm saying? Everybody wants to be talked about. Everybody wants to feel like the most important person in the room. First of all, in the workplace, you always try to make your workplace the most comfortable place. You can be working with these people all the time. Let's be clear about that. And then let's just say this. Because you go around and talk to everybody, let's just say if you do find someone that's like, oh, okay, she's kind of attractive or whatever the case may be, it doesn't seem too out of pocket because you do that with everyone.
Facts. And it's important for guys to keep their skills sharp. And guys, even if you have a girlfriend, it's important to have that charisma for the ability to turn it on and off, just in case you got a hunt. Your girl should still see that other women want you. And the way that you do that is by having casual conversation. And I can kind of do an episode about actually how to get people to like you at work and how to move into the office. We should do an episode about that too, Oliver.
That'd be cool.
But
let me on that episode too. I got some gems on that too.
man, you always got gems, bro.
Come on,
Yeah.
man.
Because he's in the gym.
That was a bar, low key. But
Nah.
okay.
Oh, bro, this guy
Damn, Oliver.
So what do y'all think? Do y'all think that it's okay for younger guys to date while they're working and everything, like their first job? Do you think it's okay to date around that time?
Yeah, I think it's cool because, like, you know, if you lose one of your starter jobs or your entry level jobs, it's something where you could just get another one. You know what I mean? Even if you're just like, let's say, just like the first manager or whatever, you can kind of replace those jobs. I think as you start getting into jobs like corporate, you start getting into more of your craft type of job, the things that you actually want to do with your life. I think you got to be a lot more careful then, because it ain't nothing for a bitch to file some shit and put your ass in HR.
But let's be honest too, and I think that we all have done this.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't y'all take for granted having that many women around at one point in time? Because you really got to think about it. If I would have known what I know now back in high school or back in college, I mean, I had my fair share back, don't get me wrong, but I'd have been cleaning up. It'd have been a whole different thing. And like when you get to these older, more corporate jobs, they're not really, there's women around, but it's like older women.
Yeah, Susan,
least attractive.
Susan not looking as good
Facts.
as, you know, Twinika down at Taco Bell.
Facts, bro.
Can't relate.
Well, yeah, he is the
I'm
only
about
nigga
to
that pretty
say.
much he's an
Crunchwrap
entrepreneur,
Supreme,
100%.
Can't relate, bro.
Crunchwrap Supreme, bro.
You said what?
He said
Crunchwrap
Crunchwrap
Supreme,
Supreme, Taco Bell. You fat, bro.
Respect
That's
that.
some big back
I don't
stuff.
even know that big back.
Big
I don't even know what that was.
activity.
Big back. If I had the button, I'd press it.
Hey,
Big
yeah.
back
Well, that's
See,
why.
Marty.
Well, that's why Tomika got that big back now. Back then, she
Tomika.
looked good when we was 18.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Yeah, a lot of joints that fell
Shout
off.
out
I ain't even
Tamika.
talk about that.
Well, it's harder for black women to lose weight. So,
Yeah, you know.
You don't know a black woman struggle when they go to the doctor.
Mhm.
are you a black woman? Then don't tell a black woman
I
what to
think,
do.
I think you hate your mom again.
Pack Shattered Illusionz up, man.
Yeah.
We about to get up out of here, man. We about to get our ass canceled, bro. All right, so look, the next one where I think is more appropriate to date in the workplace. If you got a side gig, a bartender, moving company, security at a lounge, UPS driver, Amazon worker, those are normally more low risk jobs. And being the bartender and trying to maybe even get security in the lounge, those are also the best times to really sleep with women, because those are when nightclubs are normally where hot women normally congregate around. And when you're known as that guy that the hot girls are cool with, that brings other hot girls around. So I think that when you have these side gigs, it's also a little bit easier to date at that point in time. And we have somebody who was a resident expert at that, who kind of did a little bit more of a club promoting kind of thing. You want to go into that a little bit, Oliver, about how you were able to get a hot
events, security. I did every single job in the world.
Hey, security is a wild job, bro.
It is.
Go ahead, bro. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
No, you good. I was just throwing that in there.
Okay, no, it is. You see a lot of stuff, depending on especially you work in the hood. I ain't working in the hood, thank God. But here's the thing.
No, I was talking about as far as women trying to fuck the security guards.
Oh yeah.
That shit is crazy.
For favors, to get it cut in line, all that stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure. But let me at least tell you, even if you don't talk to one woman, I'll tell you at least what it did. It gets you around a lot of pretty women, and what happens is when you're around a lot of women, a lot of pretty women, you get desensitized to it. The biggest thing that I see with a lot of guys at first is when they see a pretty girl, it's almost like they want to wet their pants, or their dick gets so hard, it's like they can't even like control themselves. Like, bro, relax. Like, shawty is a fuck. Like, say like, bro, she's a 10, the most beautiful girl I've ever seen. When you see girls like that every single night, every single day, you get desensitized to it. And working as a bartender, bar backs, I've done that as well. When you do that all the time, it's almost like you see their imperfections. You see they just complaining about some dude that don't text them back. You see this guy, she a hoe, she's sleeping with him. You see that perfection, you can get them off a pedestal. That's the number one thing I think guys need to learn when it comes to first talking to women. So that's why I think those jobs are good as well. It gets you desensitized and lets you know that, hey, these bitches shit stink too.
Literally. So this is where it's gonna get a little bit controversial here, guys, because now this is where this is where me and CMarty about to go at it. The next job where I think is more appropriate to smash in the workplace is what?
The gym. Mío.
When you're a personal trainer.
Wow, this is. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Okay. Now, hold on. Hear me out, guys. Hear me out before y'all say anything. This nigga about to get. The reason I say when you're a personal trainer, I'm gonna preface it with this though. When you're a younger personal trainer and you're not established, okay. With that being said,
now that makes more sense.
I don't agree with doing it, but I understand why women fall in love with their personal trainers. There's a few things that are kind of at work here. What do trainers what do trainers provide their clients with? Leadership, direction, accountability, quality time, sexual attention, and comfortability. And I kind of can break those down individually. Women naturally find leadership.
And half these personal trainers are in shape.
I didn't even go into that. You're right, Oliver. I didn't even go into that part. But
half, because who's a lot of big back personal trainers. We'll say that for my podcast. Matter of fact, let me write that down.
Tune in to Less Punches, More Crunches for that. Big back trainers.
Therapist.
You said therapist.
Yeah.
No.
They talk about all their problems.
Hey, yo.
Literally. Your trainer knows that. Not therapists. Like they're literally a therapist.
Can I
Yeah, no, go ahead.
That was a good point, though. That was a good point.
Nah, don't encourage your BS.
My bad, yo.
Encourage. Go ahead.
Okay. So personal trainers provide leadership and direction, which women are naturally looking for in the first place. You're telling the girl what to do, how to work out, what to eat. And she's like, damn, this guy's awesome. He's actually leading me and telling me somewhere he wants to go, because most guys lack purpose and direction.
Or she's going to say, I'm a boss, bitch. I can get it on my own.
At that point, CMarty going to dump you and get a whole new client.
For sure.
Accountability. You're most likely going to check in on her, how she's doing with her meals, how she's been weighing herself, things like that. Quality time. As I just said at the beginning of the podcast, quality time is probably one of the biggest things that women look for when it comes to relationships. And when you're in a session 3 to 4 times a week for an hour, naturally things are going to come out. Her relationship with her mom's bad, how she's struggling in school, how some guy like Oliver was saying, some guy don't text her back. You kind of become the quasi therapist. And we know that people don't like you necessarily because of what you say, but it's how you make them feel and the ability to open up to you. So we kind of just listen and sit and let somebody talk. They naturally associate good feelings and that venting feeling with you. So personal trainers kind of provide that little bit of a quality time and kind of therapist thing. Sexual attention is next. Guys, I don't care what y'all say. When y'all like kind of working out together, you kind of see it getting a little bit hot and sweaty. You kind of stretching her out, things like that. Look, sometimes things can just happen. And niggas gonna say, oh no, I'm professional. Yeah, some niggas are.
I am professional.
Some niggas are, but you still a nigga though. You see that ass bouncing in the shorts, man. Come on, man. That's stop the cap. Where we at?
Stop the cap.
Man, I see the worst of her, man. I ain't worried about that. She annoying. She get on my nerves. I ain't thinking about that, bro.
And you still with fuck.
That part.
Anyway. Lastly, guys, it's the comfortability. When people hire personal trainers, they're not necessarily hiring personal trainers. They're hiring friends. And CMarty might disagree with everything that I say up to this point, but the nigga know I'm telling the facts on that. So you now become her quasi BF, who's now providing her with leadership, direction, accountability, quality time, and also sexual attention. I'm gonna let CMarty take this from here. We kind of go back and forth on this for a minute.
I mean, you didn't tell one lie. You actually broke that down better than I've ever heard anybody break that down. So
Appreciate that.
Shout out to you. But I would say just because all of that is true doesn't mean you have to fuck.
Oh, I never said you had.
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't. But you made a good point. When you're younger and you can afford to lose a client, you're not established. Maybe people aren't putting your name out there and your reputation out there. You could get away with it. But if you're older and you have an established brand, it's a bad idea, bro.
I agree.
It's terrible. You're gonna get a certain reputation and you only gonna grow but so much. Pause.
But hold on, I gotta challenge you on that a little bit too, though, CMarty. How many niggas that we know that are quote unquote big personal trainers in DMV? We know for a fact they smashing their clients a lot of the time. It gets messy. Don't get me wrong.
What is and this ain't no shade to any trainer. What does big mean? Because I just showed you what I did today. Niggas ain't doing that. No.
Well, bro, you're on a different
no
level.
cocky shit. That's my point though. When you doing that, your business still gonna grow.
Right.
But where's at some point it's gonna cap.
I think in terms of big, I think it means like in terms of like perceptions. Like
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Not only perception, not to cut you off, but perceptions, the amount of clients. It might not be quality clients, but you have a high volume of it.
Yeah.
And also some
High
level
following.
of exactly a high following.
That's that
Also,
perception.
and that is perception as well. But like most people aren't going to be a CMarty. Let's keep it a buck. Most personal trainers ain't making that much money. So when I'm saying big, I'm talking about relative to the average personal trainer.
Okay.
So that's what I mean.
I was more so thinking of the personal trainers who use that to leverage breaking out of personal training and grow. Because it's a lot of big business people that started off as trainers. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I was referring
Michael
to more
Shee.
so. Exactly.
Brandon Carter.
Exactly. I doubt they were spending their time smashing clients and developing a reputation around their city or area. Not saying they never did it before. You know what I'm saying?
Because sometimes
we've all done it. We've all done it. But I mean,
but ain't just what this whole episode is about. If you are gonna do it, nigga, there's certain signs of which ones don't do that shit. Not with her, but with her. If you are gonna do it.
Listen, if you gonna do it, just make sure it stays on the low and just know the risk that you're taking.
So that's a good question, CMarty. What do you think some of the risks are if a younger guy was to start smashing his clients? What are some risks you think?
Girls, one, they run their mouth. So you don't think you walking around that gym and other girls don't know that you smashed her, especially if you put it on her. There's other women going to know.
I was going to say, bro, can I challenge you though, bro? That might not. If we're trying to maximize pussy here.
Yeah,
that might not be a bad thing though.
But women are unpredictable, and all it takes is one moment of you making her upset, that could be her. Because I had a situation where I smashed a client in my early days, and we wasn't together. And I'm gonna put it like this: who she dated in the past, there was no chance of us getting together. Like, that sounds bad, but I didn't know that till after I smashed her. So, but anyway, there was no chance of us going together. And so, yeah, I was talking to other shorties. I assumed she was talking to other guys, and she did some stalking on my social media. Then she come in with an attitude. She seen I was with a different chick. It fuck up the energy in the session. You feel me? So you're gonna have to deal with that, because women, when they get an attitude, everybody's gonna fucking know, and she's gonna put that energy out there on everyone else. So you got that factor. And then the a lot of times, and it could be wrong, but the way a lot of trainers, not me,
clarify that.
when you interact with that client that you smashing, people gonna peep. And so if people are around the gym considering trainers, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna send my wife, or my husband, or I'm gonna send my friend to this trainer, like, nah, this nigga smashing her, bro. I'm not sending him there. So yeah, it's a lot of factors. I could do a whole episode on this for real.
You probably should, bro. It's actually a fire topic for you, bro. And so I'm just saying, from a strictly a point of maximizing vagina, I have never seen an instance where another girl saw I was with a different girl and it didn't turn out good for me in terms of just strictly vagina. Because women just naturally get curious, bro. Like, they just, like, when they see that you have all these women around, they have to solve the mystery. Like, why does this guy have so many women around? They have to like what's so special about him? I gotta basically, for lack of a better word, fuck him and find out what's up. So I'm just gonna say this: if you're gonna do it, it's probably best to keep your mouth shut, because women, I'm gonna go into this too. It's this thing called the girls do porn effect. And what that means is, guys, you really have no idea how freaky and nasty most women can be. But women don't want to be perceived as the sluts. Most women will do anything behind the scenes as long as you don't run your mouth and nobody finds out about it. So the last thing you want to be is that guy that's smashing 3 or 4 of your clients and then telling everybody about it. Don't be that guy. The negative connotation that I can see about smashing the client is definitely going to get the girl comfortable enough, and then she's going to try not to pay you. That's probably the only negative thing that I probably can see about that. So once the girl feels like she give you that pussy, she like, man, I don't gotta pay your ass no more. You getting paid with the sex I'm giving you.
Yeah, that's happened. But some girls respect it though. They're like, nah, this is how you pay your bills. Like, and this has nothing to do with.
So you've had some girls respect that.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Do you think it's been more respected or more not respected?
I honestly think more have respected it.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
How many have you smashed?
Come on. Come on. We done lost CMarty. Damn it. Alex is being a hot box today, man. All right, so
That's crazy.
now that we've gotten the professions that I think that is okay. Albie, you got anything before we move on?
Nah, man, we good. I covered everything.
Now that we got the professions that I think that's okay to sleep around in, let's talk about some that I think they're a little bit riskier and not really a good idea. And this is where it's really about to hit, man. So buckle up, fellas. If you're in a career job, you're established, let's say 28 or older, you have a federal working job, a law firm, tech company, please avoid smashing your coworkers, because those are places with established HRs. And normally a lot of the time there's sexual conduct and things that really just shouldn't be happening. Now, I'm going to keep it a buck with y'all, bro. I have worked in the federal government for a very long time previously, okay? And there's not one job that I didn't go to that there wasn't somebody smashing. Whether it was an attorney, a law clerk, legal assistant, they're always smashing there. But it's just not really a good idea because the work dynamic gets messed up. I'll give you one particular example. I had a pretty high-level attorney that was smashing one of his subordinates. And after that was all done, there was a mass email that kind of went out about it when the girl got mad because everybody heard them arguing when she got in the feelings one time. and the whole office talked about it. So eventually what happened was they ended up separating. She went to a different division, and it just kind of caused work morale to kind of go down. It's going to happen a lot of time, but just try to avoid it if you can. If you work in a tech company, especially like in San Diego, California, where like there's a whole bunch of liberal people and stuff like that, and people trying to do these like, pronouns and stuff like that, just stay away from that whatsoever. Because if you're any kind of a masculine man, they're looking for any avenue to take you down. So don't be out here trying to smash and sleep with people like that. If you're in a career, stay away from it whatsoever. But you got Oliver, CMarty.
Good, man. He pretty much covered it. I agree.
Toxic. They're gonna say toxic masculinity,
Bro, don't get me started.
Anytime. You said what?
No, I was saying he lifts weights.
No, facts. But if you like a fit guy who's attracting multiple women, I don't know why, like, it's like you're repulsive to women who are unattractive. And sorry, you could cut this part out if you want to.
Bro, Shattered Illusionz, bro.
Men who don't get no hoes, they hate you, so they looking for a reason to get your ass up out of there.
Like, see,
some homosexual men and women too.
They be trying to do some different
them
stuff.
fucking little nerds or whatever.
They trying to get your ass up out of there.
I told you, CMarty wasn't who he was.
No, it's fucking crazy,
losers.
bro.
That's true.
It's crazy, bro. It's wild.
The next job, guys, if you see yourself at a job for more than 3 or 4 years, don't end up smashing, because that's also a way. When you're at these jobs, you have to play a little bit of a kiss ass, especially corporate jobs. Keep your nose clean, go in, keep your head down, and just don't make too much noise. Go in, do your job, and kind of remove yourself.
Or just become an entrepreneur and just fuck who you want.
That's true, but most guys ain't gonna do that. Let's keep it above. Most guys gonna be working corporate
if you're
jobs.
willing to do it, you can do that.
That's very true. And also, we know these Me Too sexual assault cases are really going around. And the last thing you want to do is get a woman upset with you. And I'm not saying to fear a woman, guys, but don't get a woman upset to you to the point she's going to start saying, oh, he did something to me. Because I promise you, when it comes to her word versus yours, unless you got hell of a documentation or hell of a evidence, and even then sometimes, your ass is grass.
You know what's crazy, bro? It's so many of these false accusations from women and men nowadays, and it'll come out that the woman is completely lying. Like, there's evidence, there's text to show that she's lying, but that guy walks around with that same reputation forever. Like, it's dudes, I'm not going to say the names now, but it's dudes with a certain reputation of assaulting a woman or rape or whatever, and it was proven to be false, like times 1,000. Shorty was lying or has a history of doing this to multiple men, and you still walk around with that reputation. So it really ain't worth it, for real.
100% agree. The next category where you probably shouldn't do it at, guys, is service jobs. So let's say that you are working on the Nextdoor app. You're like hired for like kind of some kind of plumbing, painting, or something like that. You really don't want to be talking to women or make them feel uncomfortable while you're in their house, because that's also another walking sexual assault case waiting to happen. Also, if you're a police officer as well, the police officers, HR's Department of Internal Affairs, they take things like that very, very seriously. So it's better just kind of keep your job, keep your head down and do your job, because you don't want to risk your potential employment by just trying to talk to a woman. There are plenty of women out there to talk to. Just don't do it while you're on your job. Oliver, you got anything?
Nah, man, y'all pretty much covered it.
All right, man. So now let's go to, after we covered that, let's talk about some pros and cons to dating women on the job. First pro, kind of went into it already. The high volume of women. The women you're going to encounter when you're working with, especially younger guys, you're never going to see it ever again. Take advantage of it. These are when you have like the 19-year-olds, 20 years old, young, skinny, hot, black, white. You're going to have so much variety. It's always the best time that you can have the best pickings from. Also, as we said earlier again, always your proximity. Guys, you really underestimate the power of being proximity, how it plays into attraction with women. If a woman meets you, there could be a girl that you possibly sleep with that just because you work with her, you're going to sleep with, But if you would have met her on the street, she never would have slept with you in the first place. Just because she sees you in a different light, y'all working together, y'all share the same struggles. If you would have met her outside of that job, you probably wouldn't have got her. Let's say it's a girl that you're talking to in the gym that was BSing on you. And now all of a sudden you see her every day. She has more time to think about you. That's some good proximity right there as well. And also, yeah, I'm subbing you.
Bam,
Right
bam, 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 bam.
So
She belongs to the streets.
Excuse-moi. Don't
That's
lie.
crazy. And the big thing, the last big pro, is your ability to stand out above all other men. If you're watching this podcast, we want you to be in shape, make as much money as possible, have your mouthpiece together, have some good fashion, all that. And when you do that, guys, most guys are freaking dorks, man. So when you go into your office, your workplace, you're shaking hands, having good conversations, asking thoughtful questions, actually talking to people about certain things. Always remember small details about what people tell you. You should have a kind of a spark notes of people or what they tell you inside your head, and then make sure you ask them about it again 2 or 3 days later. So you want a guy that's naturally charismatic. It's so much easier to stand out because most guys are dorks, especially if you're working in the office or you're working in a pizza place, something like that. Most guys are probably, weed heads, don't really have any kind of direction. But when you have a purpose and plan, you want to stand out above the competition more than anybody. So some of the cons we're going to talk about right now. The biggest con right now is that women talk. And whether you do good, bad, or indifferent, they're going to talk about you. If they talk good about you, it's the potential to bring you a lot more women. But if they talk bad about you, like you become the guy that's known as a creep or guy that talks to every other woman, that can be the beginnings of somebody to possibly put some kind of charge or assault on you or something like that. Don't want to be that guy. Also, another con is potential HR issues. And again, I'm not going to be the dead horse, but just don't get involved with HR. Also, another con, haters. Guys, when you're that good looking dude, you're going to have niggas that hate on you. It's going to be the big back managers. If I had a button, I'd press the big back activity. It's going to be other men, unattractive older women. And sometimes it even is the young hot women sometimes are going to hate on you as well because they realize that you a man is not going to basically deal with any of their BS. So that's good for me. Now, fellas, y'all ready for some smoke and mirrors? Here we go, man. We're going to talk about a new study that came out. And this is my ideas now because Oliver really got me into the idea of trying to consult some studies and things more to actually kind of hammer my points home and things like that. So we're going to bring up a study that I found not too long ago. And if Alice can get her life together, just present.
Waiting on you.
Of course. So scroll to the top, Alex. I can barely see it. So this reads that workplace romance statistics. Survey shows employees regularly engage in office relationships. Scroll down a little bit, Alex. It says workplace romance statistics show that over 60% of adults have had a workplace romance. Between little time outside of work to meet people and a heightened degree of comfortability, what I tell you guys, workplace romances aren't likely to go anywhere.
What I said.
You did say that. Through our survey, they found that over 43% led to marriage, and workplace romance is not a dream for everyone, blah, blah, blah. When 40% of workplace romances involve cheating on an existing partner, increasing workplace gossip, and the perception of profounding favoritism. It can quickly become a nightmare for HR. Everything we've been saying the whole time, man. So this is crazy.
Don't be like Fannie Willis.
Huh?
Don't be like Fannie Willis out here.
Who is that?
Exactly.
Who is that? Okay, go ahead, Alex.
He's with HR.
Hey, dog, I knew you were doing this. This is the perfect. Fannie Willis was like the sorry y'all. She was the judge in Georgia trying to send Trump to jail.
Oh, duh. Okay, yeah.
You seen that shit, bro?
Bro, we can do a whole podcast on that, honestly.
Yeah, but I think that's like the perfect example of doing that shit in the workplace. But go ahead, bro. My bad.
You have some, Oliver?
Go
ahead.
Go. Let me
Nah,
hear.
you know about
Let
black
me
people
hear.
and Trump, man. You know what I'm saying?
Say it.
Say it.
Nah.
Say
That-
it.
Finish the
Say
study, bro.
it.
You want me to say
Say
Finish the study, bro. Finish the study.
You want me to say it?
Oliver never held his tongue before. Now he
I'm
wants to hold his
confused,
tongue.
Sean. Say it.
It's that
It's the-
workplace girl. He got him acting different.
What?
The reality of
What
workplace.
is going on?
I don't do that, sir.
Oh my God. See, look.
The
See,
reality.
Marty said it. It wasn't me. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Alex. My fault. Go ahead.
The reality of workplace romances is that they happen, and while they're unlikely to be condoned, employers can safeguard their organization and teams through policies and practices, such as using HR management software that help mitigate disruption and risk.
So hit these key takeaways real quick, Alex, and we're going to talk about it. We can stop sharing after that.
Okay, so 57% report workplace relationships have impacted their work performance. I honestly believe it's higher than that, but
I believe it's way higher than that.
Positive or negatively?
negatively, I'm assuming. But
Yeah,
in
it doesn't
general,
say. That's actually a
probably.
good point, bro.
43% have married someone they worked with.
I believe that.
Now
think
I
that's
know
crazy.
multiple people that have baby daddies that they work with, but they're not married.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
35%. 35% don't report their relationship.
Hold on. Is CMarty policing women's bodies?
And men's bodies.
Her body, her choice.
40% have cheated on their current partner with a coworker.
Don't
hold your tongue back.
Must be the women because black men don't cheat.
Facts.
Oh.
We said at the same time. Go ahead. Finish up, Alex. My fault. Go ahead.
And then 50% report flirting with their coworkers.
Cap.
You think it's higher?
Hell yeah.
Report? Like actually.
I mean, report.
It
To
could be
HR?
higher or lower because a lot of people don't know what flirting is.
Facts.
A lot of women will say a dude is flirting when you just being nice. Because I get called flirty all the time.
Facts.
And I don't be flirting with these fat jumps in the gym.
Not
And
the
these
fat
old, and these
ones?
old jumps. And then
Go ahead, get you some big bags.
and then vice versa. Like you'll have a super nice girl who speaks because she sees you all the time. And dude be like, oh yeah, she trying to hit. Like one of your good mans at the gym, I ain't gonna say his name. He think every joint trying to fuck him. And I'm like, bro, she's not trying to fuck you.
Screaming.
Because I already hit. It's like, no, let me stop.
Lot of confidence, though.
We about to.
Gotta have the confidence. Not
Listen,
the-
I don't know
not the
either one of
snort.
these guys. These guys are just down here. I
Hold
don't
up.
know them.
I got one more. The funniest shit was I don't do this no more. When I used to hit clients, it wasn't like a whole bunch, but let's say I was hitting
We
a
don't
client.
smash workplace bags
One of my
anymore.
male clients would be trying to smash, and he didn't know I was hitting it. And he would be asking me questions about her, and I'm sitting there like, man, she ain't got no boyfriend, but she fucking somebody. She got to be fucking somebody.
City
boy.
I'm gonna pull up on her. Then she come to me like, "Oh, you better get your man's. He trying to fuck me." Da-da-da-da-da-da. And I'm just like, "Hey,
I don't care.
it is what it
For the
is."
streets.
Sorry, if we
She
got off
belongs to
topic.
the streets.
This is what you got me here for.
Hey, I
man.
know, man. Like, listen, I'm gonna just say this: I'm an innocent bystander. No, I don't condone either one of their sexist,
Oh,
misogynistic, xenophobic, fascist BS. Either one of these guys over here.
You ain't say Trump though.
brother.
Yeah, he's quiet on that shit.
Hey, yo.
All right, man. So
Didn't you meet Alex at the gym? Didn't you see her at the gym?
Hey, what's going on tonight, bro?
Okay, because y'all
I
both
mean,
y'all both been going to the gym since before the pandemic, so
screaming
to the same gym. So you probably seen her a minute ago, and she seen you a minute ago. That's all I'm gonna say.
Boo,
got
boo this
him.
man.
Let me give you a podcast back.
He went
Before we end up
quiet
on my
kinda
page.
quick. He went quiet kind of quick.
Let me give you your podcast.
This gonna go less brunches, more crunches real fast. So fellas, what's y'all initial thought about that study, or I guess that whatever article? What y'all think about that?
I think it's actually more than what it is, bro. For real. Because if you look at the majority of people that get married and stuff, bro, a lot of times, I mean, not the majority of people that get married, but they're usually in some type of field. Like they either met in college in the same type of major, and they usually end up, even if they're not in the same workplace, they're usually still in the same field.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? In some type of regard. So I think it's actually more than what's actually being reported, to be honest with you.
And I think that even when you're talking about, like, you see, most people aren't going to really like reveal their dirt out in the open, even if it's an anonymous survey. Mm-hmm. So they're probably a lot more underreported than actually overreported, especially when it comes to things like cheating. So I want to ask y'all this too, fellas. I want to make this a point of contention as well. Beware of the freaking work husband / work boyfriend. Mm-hmm. I ain't gonna hold y'all, bro. Like, probably 3 or 4 of the girlfriends that I've had, and Oliver knows this for a fact, I done lost to a work boyfriend before because of the time thing. Yeah. And you know, when you're not giving your girl certain things, that work husband now looks a little bit better because he's kind of like the new shiny object. Yeah. He can not just come in, buy her lunch, make her feel good about herself for a little bit. And most women are going to fall for that because it's an emotional kind of investment thing. So she sees you for the majority of the time. She sees your flaws and everything, but she can kind of romanticize somebody she sees for 4 or 5 hours out of the day. Am I lying, bro?
No, brother.
Has that happened to y'all?
You speaking facts, bro.
I get my girls taken all the time.
Cap.
I mean, I look at it like this, man. You're dealing with a certain chick. She's either going someplace or you taking her from somebody. It's just how it is, man. That's pretty much how it is. If a chick is at least a 7, bro, you're taking her from somebody. I don't deal with 7s, but I'm just saying, you're taking her from someone or she's going somewhere with somebody else. She's never just sitting there. I don't deal with 7s, homie.
Wait, so you deal with?
Did we lose CMarty for the second time? Was he going to the bathroom or something?
Nah, you lost him.
We lost him.
Wait, Oliver.
He's out of here.
He's gone.
Oliver, what do you deal with?
What are you talking about?
You said you don't deal with 7s. No. I'm just curious.
No.
So what do you deal with?
She gotta be at least an 8 to me.
On your scale, right?
But honestly now, like I said, guys, I've retired. She got at least 8.59. I've retired.
And actually, we should do an episode about the work husband, work boyfriend. I could talk about it all night. I got plenty of time for that.
Now, let's be clear. If you're trying to get the most, now if we talk about maximizing pussy, trying to get the most number of bitches, it really don't fucking matter. If you just like the bitch, because she could be a 5 or 6, motherfucker. If she got a fat ass and you want it, nigga, hit the jump. I'm just saying. For me personally, like I said, I'm not a young boy no more. I'm personally retired. You know what I'm saying? 8.59.
So I'll just say this before we move on from the work husband thing. The work husband, work boyfriend. Women don't bring up guys that they're not thinking about fucking or would consider fucking. Mm-hmm. So if your girl starts talking about some random dude she met at her job or something like that, remember, most guys are invisible to most women. Facts. So if your girl brings up somebody out the cut one day, she thinking about fucking that nigga. I ain't gonna hold you.
So if we talking about whether we date a single parent or not, and she like, I'm cool with it. She'll date a single dad, and then she goes ghost. That means she fucking with a single dad.
He giving me with the semantics right now, CMarty. I would say,
not saying that happened to me.
I was gonna say that's a very specific example. You got something you want to say tonight, CMarty?
Listen,
you get something off your chest, man.
I got some rest today. This is one of them days.
This nigga's fooling tonight, bro. Okay, all right. So now that we're talking about the work boyfriend and work husband, it's actually a good time to bring this up. Let's go to our fantasy and nonsense segment, our video reaction segment.
Oh, brother.
Thank you, Alex. Look at her, man. And we got a boy on here today. You know who we got? Drewski.
Oh, brother. Oh, God. Shout out Drewski, though.
Oh, you gotta do it.
Drag it.
You gotta drag it.
You ain't gonna pop me in? You ain't gonna pop
Put
me
it.
in?
Start over. You gonna make it, please.
What you doing over there?
Stop! I'm trying to clock in.
Pop me in. You ain't gonna pop me in? You ain't gonna pop me in?
I'm gonna clock in.
You gonna make me put it in? Give me that phone.
Stop.
Get it. Come get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. What you doing? What you doing?
Crazy.
That's a bet. That's a bet. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. I get it. Watch out, watch out, watch out. Nigga, you know that's my bitch, nigga.
Nigga, what the fuck? You got a whole life.
You know.
Darren, did you clock in?
Yeah, I did.
How about you?
Nah, yeah, I'm about to clock in. Yo, you know what you did, bro. You know what you did.
The fuck?
There go daddy, y'all.
Sit down. Get in the back seat. Get back there. Come on, man. You're doing too much. Sit down.
Hey, baby.
Come on, pull up. Let's go.
All right, let's talk about it.
Will I take him to the break?
Shout out, hey, bro. Shout out Drewski, man. That nigga be saying some real stuff. People be happier in their work relationships than they do in their regular relationships. And if you think your girl ain't out there making some nigga laugh or something like that, but she at work, I got some news for you, bro. She be flirting exactly like they do in that video. And it comes to the point we were talking about. It's the romanticizing of seeing somebody for a little bit of time as opposed to somebody you with the full time. Anybody can look good for 2 or 3 hours, but most girls are going to fall for that BS. Y'all, do y'all think you laughing at, bro?
That video.
Do y'all think that people be happier in their work relationships more than the real ones?
Yeah, because most people settle in their relationship, especially if we talking long term. A lot of time, most people are not really with the person that they actually wanted. They're with the person they settled for. So a lot of times women, they couldn't get this particular guy to settle down or to commit to them. So they pick Stan from, IT. No offense to the IT guys, but I'm just saying they picked this guy that they didn't want. Damn. And then guys just get whoever the hell they can, man. They just get the first bitch that basically looks at them or gives them fucking pussy, and they fucking wipe her whole ass. So most people are not in a relationship that they actually want. That's number one. So yes, they're happy in their work relationships.
One of my favorite bars is like, it says that women win the lottery and think they settle, and then the men settle and think they won the lottery. I think that men settle a lot more than women actually do, if I'm being honest, because what happens is that kind of thing that Rollo Tomasi was talking about. It's like women catch us. What's the average age of marriage and for men now? Like 29, 28, something like that.
Yeah.
And I think the same thing for women, about 30 something like that. But facts. But you see what happens is women catch us on our ascent and we catch them on their descent. So we kind of meet right here in the middle.
Women get better as they age. She's leveling up.
F that. I don't care what nobody say about that.
Women age like wine.
And men age like milk, right?
Support all women.
For men, it's about 31, and for women, it says 29, 28.
So that's my point. You catch a guy right before he's about to take off. You kind of catch, he's the Amazon stock in 1999, 2000. And the woman's more like a freaking, what was going down? Blockbuster stock.
Peloton.
2006. Something like that.
Peloton.
So,
CMarty.
Because most guys don't
Circuit
get anything.
City.
Radio Shack. Come on, keep going. Come on, give me some more.
Hex.
Oh,
wow,
that's
wow.
Discovery Zone.
Damn.
Oh wow. Damn.
Jeepers.
Wow.
Damn, I got one. Dang.
Magic Johnson Theaters.
Oh my God.
You might get a couple hags on that.
But yeah, this
Greg Oden. Y'all know who that is?
Greg Oden, the basketball player.
I seen a clip of an old lady.
Like one of the worst number one draft picks.
He was a beast in college, though, bro.
I'm talking about the league.
Fair enough.
Kwame Brown.
Damn. Nah, I think Kwame. Damn.
Smush Parker.
All right. Whoa. Let's smush back to this podcast.
No, but I
Whoa.
forgot where I was even going with
My
that.
bad.
Nah, you can. But yeah, just people settle in their relationships a lot of time, guys, and just don't be that guy. I think that especially if you're going to be married as a guy, take some time to explore the field, get yourself together, and before you start settling down, and women, no matter what they say, they are innately aware of their biological clock. So that 29 or 30, there are a lot of girls that I talk to right now that are really harping on that marriage train right now. Girls that wouldn't have pissed on me if I was on fire 5 or 6 years ago. Now starting to circle back around and be like, hey, what's up? I'm like, man, you got me messed up, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
Please don't piss on anybody that starts a fire. Use a fucking extinguisher, please. No water if it's grease.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I'm like Oliver.
All right. We getting in the home stretch here, guys. So here are Shattered Illusionz. Here are our, if you're going to date in the workplace, here's how you do it tips. It's going to be a little bit of a recap. We kind of talked about doing this episode. But the first thing that I say is talk to everyone. Guys, that's Susie in accounting. That's the cafeteria workers. That's the guy that works behind the cash register. That's the guy that's a legal assistant in your office. No matter who it is, talk to everyone. Take interest in others. And we're going to do an episode on how to be more charismatic in the office setting as well. But take interest in others and have that conversation with everybody. And what this is going to do, if you naturally talk to everyone and everyone likes you, never underestimate the power of being likable in a workplace setting. I promise you, especially federal government jobs, they will take a guy that does the job as a C+ level as opposed to somebody that's an A+ effort, but is like C in likability. Always be likable. And even though that essay assault case might come to your doorstep, it will help if you have people in your corner that are going to back you. So if a girl tries to say that, hey, he's been flirting with me, he's talking to me, people in the back of their mind are going to be like, hey, Oliver's like that with everybody. He's not a bad guy. But if you're just focusing on her and you're flirting with only her, then the alarm bells are going to start ringing. So just make sure you're charismatic and you talk to everybody. And Oliver and I were talking about this. The next tip, if you're working in the work section, guys, always play the long game, the extra long game, the really, really long game.
Pause.
Play.
Please pause.
Fast forward. Rewind.
So Eddie's out of here for the third time.
The charm.
Third time's the charm, man. So when you're in an office setting, there's no need to be aggressive as when you're out in a cold approach because you're going to see the girl again inevitably. So build rapport. Actually take your time and talk to her and get to know her because there really is no rush. Unless the girl's about to leave the office setting, you're about to move on, take some time, get to know her and have a conversation. Also, if you're going to do that in the workplace, still keep your polarity. That means the strong eye contact, the teasing, asking good questions about herself. Remember, women like you when they talk about themselves. She should do 80 to 90% of the talking, and you do more so listening. When you ask her a question, don't let it be interview mode. Actually talk to her, get to know her, listen to her talk. Especially at work, here's a big one, guys. No sex talk, especially in the beginning stages. Don't imply anything about having sex. Talk about how big her ass is. She has some big ass titties. Don't do none of that, especially in the beginning. After y'all done smash, I still wouldn't recommend doing it while you're at work. Over the phone, cool. But in the office setting, F no. Also, read the room. You know if a girl's feeling you or not, guys. If you're talking to her, she's kind of giving you half-ass answers, not really seeing interest in the conversation, move on. Don't talk to her. Keep it moving. Because some girls are going to be like that. They don't really care if you want to talk to her. They have no interest in you. Move on. Don't talk to her. Also, if you're going to talk to her, she shows some interest. Here's how I got one of the girls that I talked to when I used to work. We were in this room, computer lab, had a good conversation. I was able to talk to her and isolate her and bring her up to my kind of like desk area. There were people around, so it wasn't like a case where she could like say I did something, so it wasn't anything like that. But my point is, I got her from in front of the crowd. We were able to go up, talk, have some lunch, have a little bit of banter. That works out for you. So if a girl feels you, she's talking to you, go and isolate her and talk to her some more. Also, if you want to take it to the next level, you do this now. You ask her for her number and tell her why you're going to contact her. Hey, I know we had some good conversation today. I love to continue the conversation outside of work. What's so funny? I'll bug you on a joke.
Nah, man.
You disagree? Talk.
No. I don't disagree with you, bro. It's just funny because I've never worked corporate, so
That's what I'm trying to say.
Nah, you're
bro.
right. It's just so different from how I would go about it. Like it's so crazy.
So how would you go about it?
We talking about in my profession?
Yeah.
I ain't got to do much, bro. Like I could be as wild with it as I want to in the first convo.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said,
being so serious.
most niggas ain't gonna do what you do though, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
No, like it's just funny. Like that's crazy, bro. It's the dynamics is.
You got. I'm telling you, bro. When you work in that corporate environment, it's a whole different beast.
No, I believe you, bro.
You can be wild as hell, but that corporate stuff is a different thing.
No, I believe you.
So tell her why you're contacting her, and then when you contact her, let her know that you enjoy talking to her that day, and that you want to see more of her. Tell her why you're contacting her. Don't ever let her be left in the dark. And the most important tip, guys, is make sure you tell her that I'm going to keep our business off the street, and I request you do the same thing. Let the girl know that she has your word. She want to keep everything confidential between you and her. Because once she knows that, the gloves comes off. Don't tell anyone your business. And then when y'all do smash or go on y'all date, you don't tell anybody. Keep it professional at all times. And the last big tip to get you more women at work, guys, talk to other women. Because when they see other women talking to you, they're naturally just going to get curious and say, what's so special about this guy right here? Oliver, you've been quiet, man. Go ahead and back me up a little bit on this corporate environment because CMarty think I'm capping.
No, listen.
I don't think you capping.
Nah. So, like, from a lot of my old examples and stuff like that, from when I dealt with chicks in the workplace, I think it's more so you need to look at the qualities of her. Of course, I like how you said on the dude end, yo, shut the fuck up. Don't be sitting up here talking to Brad saying, hey, bro, this John right. Shut the fuck up. Don't let nobody know anything. The next thing is that I would say, look at the qualities of the woman. How does she act in the workplace? That's the first thing I would look at. If the bitch run her mouth too much, you see she goes around, speaks to everybody, don't fuck with that bitch, yo. It ain't fucking worth it. She's going to leak that shit to somebody. But if you see that she's kind of like to herself, she kind of just stays in her corner, goes up, goes home, all right, on that type of time consistently, then that's more of a play. But like I said, if she's more active, she go to all the parties and all this stuff, and she go to staffs, all these out, I wouldn't mess with it at all. That's just a red flag waiting to happen. Yeah, I would say that's the biggest thing, bro. Like, it's just the same thing when it comes to trying to pick a quality woman on the street, dog. You pick these chicks, these loud, ratchet ass chicks. Eventually, it's going to break you in some type of way, shape, or form. So just get a chick that know how to stay to herself and whatnot. Chick that's not going to give you a headache. It's the same deal. And just like you said, bro, proximity is huge. Going around, touches is huge. Talking to everybody. It's just like opening a club, except just slower. A club you have one night. In the workplace, you have however long you work there.
I love it, fellas. We killed this shit tonight, man.
Take shots, nigga.
This was awesome. So, fellas, first of all, tell our guys, camera on me, Alex. Let us know what you want to see, man. We got a wealth of knowledge down here between the three of us and sometimes Alex. We'll be on some BS. But we have a wealth of knowledge. You have entrepreneurs down here, guys that have been in professional working environments, guys that are building businesses. Talk to us, tell us what you want to see, man. DM us on the page, comment down below. See Marty doing his podcast. Next, you got fitness questions, just go holler at him as well. So we're going to go ahead and do last thoughts. We're going to get up out of here, man. Alex, last thoughts on the show.
I enjoyed it per usual. Y'all were extra funny today.
I'm always funny.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Me.
Me who?
Me so funny.
Who's this man?
I'll be here all night. I'll be here all night.
Oliver Fortune, the man, the myth, the legend.
Yes.
Last thoughts on the show, bro.
Overall, guys, listen, I don't recommend dating women in the workplace, man. Things get really sloppy. If things get bad, a lot of the time people don't know how to hold composure and things just get awkward. I know we're lazy in this generation, but look, man, just keep your work life and your love life separate. Go to certain places that you go sparingly to meet women, but keep your workplace. Focus on the money, man. That's my recommendation to you, brothers.
CMarty Fit, go ahead. Time to get ready for your podcast, man. Go ahead and plug there.
Get the bag, fellas.
For real.
It's too many women out here. I even personal trainers, get the bag. Don't do it.
First, ask last.
don't do it. I'm just telling you. But anyway, if you're looking to unbig that back or get rid of your gut and you can't see your piece because your gut in the way, fellas, y'all need to go ahead and follow me. CMarty Fit on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Go ahead, subscribe to the page, CMarty Fit. You're going to learn. You can shoot me fitness questions, and you're going to be entertained. So holla at your boy. Check me out, and stay fit, fellas.
I felt like that was like an info commercial.
Getting better at it.
Camera on me. Fellas, that's all our time to the next time.
All right, no.
We love y'all. This is the Shattered Illusionz Podcast. Kill the fantasy. And Lex, let my stuff finish before you cut me off.
I did last time.
Kill the fantasy. Build a dream. We are out of here. Love y'all, boys.
Go, girl, be rolling. No question.